All right, this is part two from earlier today. It is about 5 o'clock now. I'll be making my way out of this parking lot. People don't get behind me and get in my way. Like that BMW almost did. Chrysler 300. Whatever it is. So now it's the end of the workday. Gotta head off and get some dinner with the kids and the wife and the mother-in-law, and then we're gonna head off to church. And then from church, gonna head home, and I'm not doing the 360 on even offline. I'm not doing it online, but I'm not even doing it offline for now. Probably for a couple of months. Probably about Easter is when I'll crank that back up. Maybe Easter Day, or maybe the day after. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I think that I'll find something to do. There's probably some TV on tonight. Probably some kind of obscure Olympic event I could watch, like some curling or some. As one of my coworkers said, naked ice dancing. I don't think they have that at the official Winter Olympic Games, and I don't think I would like to see that anyways. Maybe some curling. I don't know what else is left. I know that the men's ice hockey team won today. The U.S. defeated the Czech Republic by a score of 5-2. I know that Team Canada got lucky. Yeah, that's right. They got lucky. The Latvian goalie, who's a prospect for the Tampa Bay Lightning, the always overrated Tampa Bay Lightning, made 53 saves on 55 shots. So apparently over in Latvia, they don't teach much in the way of defense. They do teach goaltending apparently, but they do not teach any kind of defense. And I guess that's not really completely fair to say, considering that they were playing Canada, and Canada, obviously, with a roster full of NHL players, is going to be able to get around guys that aren't in the NHL, and obviously they're able to take a hell of a lot more shots. They outshot Latvia 55-13. And again, on the converse of Latvia not playing much in the way of defense against Canada's star-studded offense, Canada played, from what it sounds like, pretty good defense against an overmatched Latvian offense. Latvia did manage to tie the game, and the game was tied at 1 from, I don't know, maybe halfway through the first period, until a power play goal by one of the dirtiest players in the NHL, Shea Weber. And that's just my opinion. I don't like the guy. I think he's a dirty player. I think he's talented enough not to play as dirty as he does, but I still think he's a dirty player. And that's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth, which probably isn't worth a whole lot. But and so that sets up a semifinal match between the United States and Canada on Friday at noon. So I think that I might have to arrange to take a long lunch Friday. There is an establishment near my workplace that has TVs actually there's a couple of them. Actually, there's about half a dozen of them. near my workplace that will have TVs that undoubtedly will have the game on, and may not even be crowded. May even be able to get in there and um, watch the game unhindered, which would be really cool. Um, on this light to turn, this is one of the longest lights I sit through on the way home, and there's really no reason for it because there is absolutely nobody coming. There was one car, a truck pulling a trailer. Okay, there it goes. It's starting now. So anyways, hoping to get over to one of the fine establishments here in Tallahassee for maybe an extended lunch, maybe catch the first couple of periods of the game on Friday, or maybe take a late lunch and catch the last two periods. Either way, I think the U.S. is going to win the game, and yes, I am American, and yes, I am probably a little bit biased, but based on the way the U.S. has played, and based on the way Canada has played, it seems that the U.S. has not really had a bad 20 minutes of hockey in any of the games they've played. I'm not sure if the goalie change for the Czech Republic today is what kept that game from getting out of control, but the U.S. had a 5-1 lead at one point. They ended up winning at 5-2. So, like I said, I don't know if the Czech Republic changing their goalie, because their first goalie let in 4 goals on 12 shots, I think. So, it was 4 goals on 12 shots, I believe. The other guy, I think he stopped all but, well, obviously he stopped all but 1 because the first guy let in 4. But I think that, I'm not sure. I think there's different rules for goaltenders in the Olympics. And I really wish that for some reason the U.S. would have started Jimmy Howard today, and they could have started Jonathan Quick. Actually, I think, because Quick played today, U.S. should have started Howard today, and that way they could have started Quick against Canada. Although it does set up an intriguing rematch between the U.S. and Canada, number 1, just because it's the U.S. and Canada, and number 2, because Ryan Miller, who is, in my view, the projected starter, based on what we've seen so far in the tournament, Ryan Miller is going to get another shot to beat Canada, and this time it won't even be for the gold medal. It'll be to keep Canada from going for the gold medal. And while I would love to see the U.S. and Canada playing for the gold medal, I think that would be everyone's ideal matchup. But I think that it would be even greater satisfaction for Ryan Miller, especially, to know that he's going to keep Canada. He has a chance to keep Canada from playing for the gold. And the other semifinal is Sweden versus Finland. That's going to be a pretty good matchup, I think. Because Sweden, I think, while they've got the speed, and I think they've got probably the best goaltending in the whole tournament. With all apologies to Mr. Quick and Mr. Miller, I think Sweden's got the best goaltender in the tournament in Henrik Lundqvist. The Sweden-Finland matchup is going to be a very good one, I think. The U.S. beat Finland in the very first game they played. I believe the score was 7-1. The U.S. hasn't played Sweden because they were in the other bracket. So I think it's really cool that the U.S. is going to play Canada, and I think the best way this can go is the U.S. beats Canada and matches up with Sweden in the final. And all the pressure at that point would be on Sweden because they're the number 1 seed right now. And, like I said, all the pressure would be on Sweden. to win it. I don't think that the international community believes in the U.S., but I do. I think they're going to win the gold. And speaking of gold, the U.S. and Canada will play for the gold. The women's teams will play for the gold tomorrow. Uh, the Canadian women haven't been beaten in, I think 8 years. And they've put up just a ridiculous number of goals in that time. I think and there was a streak that they had of not giving up any goals. But I think that streak comes to an end tomorrow. I think the U.S. women get the win in the rematch tomorrow. I didn't see the first game. From what I understand, they were kind of gypped out of the game, out of a win the first time because of a questionable goal from Canada that allowed them to tie the game, I think it was. So, but you got to put that behind you. If you're the U.S. women's hockey team, you got to put that behind you. You gotta play with a chip on your shoulder, but you also gotta put that behind you and not let that drive how you play. You want to come out with a chip on your shoulder. You want to come out fast. You probably want to get the first 2 or 3 goals of that game. If they can come out and establish at least a 2-goal lead, I would say it'd probably have to be a 3-goal lead. Think come out and establish a 3-goal lead against Canada. I think you look at a gold medal for the women. Obviously, Canada's basically the birthplace of hockey, and they eat, sleep, and breathe hockey up there, up in America's hat, as we call it. If the game's close, I probably have to give the edge to Canada because they seem to play better in close games. Case in point, they had a 5-goal lead on Switzerland, I think the first or second game of the tournament. Canada's women did. And they just got outplayed. Now, I don't know if they let up a little bit in the third period. I doubt it. But the third period of that game against Switzerland, the Swiss women's goalie, I don't know where she came up with some of those saves, but they were absolutely incredible. They were like Dominik Hasek style saves. I don't know how she was doing it, but she sure was making the Canadian women look bad. And obviously, the score ended up 5-0 still, but it was a good game. I thought it was one of the better games that I've seen. So, just sitting here in traffic, trying to make our way through downtown Tallahassee. Traffic is a mess this time of day. It's a big, small town, really. It's the capital city. Yeah, we've got a lot of legislature traffic. We've got 2 major universities and a big time community college, all of which are in session. I think the legislature gets back in next week, maybe, or a week after. So traffic's going to go through the roof at that point. But Tallahassee, really, it's a big, small town. There's really no reason for us to have so much damn traffic here. But I don't know. I guess it's like 5 o'clock in any city you go to. So seems like we're hitting all the red lights today. This one a block away from the Capitol. The next one's in front of the Capitol. So I think I'm going to end this one here. I may pick it up again. I may pause it here and pick it up again when I get south of town and and get onto the 2-lane portion of this road. And like I said, I'm going to meet the wife and the kids and the mother-in-law for some dinner at the Subways. So I think maybe I'll stop it here and pick it up when I get south of town and finish her up from there, because we're already at 15 and a half minutes, and this one's going to be a bear to upload. I couldn't even get the first one uploaded at this point, so I'm going to try to plug it into the computer tonight. And dude, you can go through this light and go around that truck. There's nobody coming. Let's go. Let's step on it, Grandpa. There you go. So at this point, I haven't even gotten the first one to upload yet. So hopefully that'll be something I can get done tonight. Get maybe both these uploaded at the same time and save some of my battery on my phone. So I'll cut this one off here and pick it up here in maybe about 10 minutes.